Tim Burgess, welcome to the Peace Hall.
How are you doing? Thanks very much for having me.
What do you think of the place?
I like it a lot. I've been here before, just maybe about 5 or 6 years ago. We were talking about doing something here, and it's finally happened. So
It's a spectacular venue, isn't it?
yeah, it's amazing. And I've seen lots of pictures of people. The events this year have been pretty amazing. Or they seem to have been.
Yeah, it's been incredible from like Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah, did you do them all? Did you?
Yeah,
great. Yeah.
Orbital. As
Orbital,
well.
yeah.
Off
Madness
the
played. Madness
They
played.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the War on Drugs.
War on Drugs, yeah. So it's a good assortment, isn't it?
And this is the end of the run.
It's the end of the road, just like we're gonna. What is that? We're last, are we?
Yeah.
Oh well, save the best for last.
Exactly that. Do you think it makes a difference to you, the venue that you're playing at, in terms of your performance?
Well, I mean, at Royal Albert Hall, yeah. Glasgow Barrowlands, yeah. Yeah. So I mean, a lot of the time it does. I mean, some of them. No disrespect to lots of venues, but they are kind of like you forget what they're like until you walk in. But obviously, with like Royal Albert Hall, or say something like this, Peace Hall, you kind of know what it's going to be like, and it's it would be a pretty solid memory.
What about the difference between indoor and outdoor shows?
Difference between indoor and outdoor shows. Well, I mean, I suppose it's more controllable. I suppose. That seems very technical and very boring answer. I like both. I really do. I love playing a really good festival, and and I like a banging dance floor and a kind of self-contained musical theatre.
Do you enjoy life on the road?
Yeah, it doesn't feel that dissimilar to my normal life, but I don't know what that means really. Yeah, I mean,
Turning up in different towns.
lots of driving, lots of service stations,
Yeah.
and motorways really.
You get to see a lot of different towns and cities.
Lots of motorways. No, similar motorways, different towns. But yeah, it's good. It's really good. I used to go to record shops a lot. But since I did my book, I've not really been to many record shops.
What about writing some new music?
Well, it's always on the horizon. Sometimes the horizon looks like it's, a bit nearer. And sometimes it looks a bit more distant. But.
Is that a hint or not?
Well, no, it's not really a hint. I mean, we are together as a band. Not as much as I'd like, to be honest. So if you see them, tell them to get their shit together. There's no real. I don't know. Doesn't seem to be much of a hurry. But there is an idea of what we could do. So.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about
We've just got to put it into practice now.
What about solo stuff?
Well, I write all the time. I haven't really got any plans. I did a really nice thing at Kendal Calling with Nick McCabe and Pete Salisbury and Mark from the band, and that was a really nice way to play some solo. The bigger solo songs that people know, as opposed to my more idiosyncratic.
When it comes.
Look at the rain, wow.
I know.
Is that going to stop?
Let's get it out the way, eh?
Yeah. Because by the time it gets dark, it'll have passed, right?
You mentioned Nick McCabe. You've played in the past with. You've had various guest artists play with you on stage.
Yeah.
Stephen and Gillian.
Yeah. Yes, of course. Yeah.
Well, that leads me to tonight.
Yeah.
Is there a chance that maybe you might join Johnny, or Johnny might join you?
There is a chance that we'll join each other.
Wow.
Which would be great. And we've spoke about it and we've practiced, so it's just about timing, I suppose, now.
Fantastic.
But even if we run out of time, it's like we'll just like jump on and do something, I'm sure.
So you think Johnny Marr will join you on stage tonight?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think he will be.
How exciting.
Yeah, I do.
Tim, finally, when you started out, do you want to me to say 30 years ago, say,
You can say that, yeah.
do you still get the same feeling as you walk out on stage as you did then now?
Sometimes it's really hard to tell. I mean, I used to really find it difficult and nerve-wracking at first, and then I found a way to sort of like to cancel that out because it was like it was so intense. And then and people ask me that all the time. How does it feel? But like yesterday, all day yesterday, I was like, I just had like, my sort of, just like bumblebees or something, inside my stomach.
Not even butterflies.
No,
more
just
severe.
like more severe, more like sharp, sort of like nerves, and the same again today, really. So it's odd because I know it's mad, isn't it? It's like sometimes, there wasn't, really a lot to get nervous about yesterday. I mean, it was kind of like, the stage was set up. There's like a massive amount of people there.
This was at Victorious.
This was at Victorious, and I kind of like walked out, and I was thinking, right, okay, well. But it was, the whole day leading up to it was just like edgy. So it's not the same, but there is something. There's always something, like.
In terms of what happens between now, we're at like 4 p.m. now.
Yeah.
What happens between now and you going on stage at 9?
Well, I've got stuff to do. I think. I'm sound check with Johnny, and then I've got lots of guests that are texting me a lot.
Is that the worst thing about being in a band? Guest list?
Well, it's not the worst thing. I mean, it's a privilege to have a guest list, but and to be on the guest list is even more of a privilege. But it's not. It's not.
It's when people say, "Where do I park? And what should I wear?"
Oh yeah.
People
Well,
become helpless when they're on guest list.
I know, but I mean, I'm kind of a bit like that as well. Yeah, especially with what to wear. It all starts happening when you sort of can hear things. I've got a microphone today, a mouth organ today, so it looks like we're doing Impossible after all, so which is kind of quite cool.
Thanks so much, Tim.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.
And congratulations on the listening parties.
Thanks very much.
Strength to strength still.
Yeah. The Stephen and Gillian one was great, and got a few big ones coming up, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah. For those that don't know, that Tim's listening party is now on the radio on Absolute Radio.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, it is actually. And the first season was 6 episodes. This one has gone to 8, and then there's been a few specials as well. So people don't seem to be able to get enough of it, which is good. Yeah.
Well, that's testament.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Thanks.
Cheers, Tim.
Cheers, Chris.